Hi everyone, my name is Rishad. Today is the 25th of February 2024 and I'm going to be going over my prediction this week for Nvidia. And if you are a follower of the channel, you would know that this is a new series that I'm starting since Nvidia has now become a very popular stock after its earnings and performance in the last few months. And just as a general company, it is one that I want to analyze technically and fundamentally. So this is a new series that I'm going to be starting. We will be going over the monthly, weekly, and finally the daily charts, similar to the Tesla and SPY videos. And then obviously I will summarize my prediction at the end. It is important to make the disclaimer that all information in this video is completely educational, and therefore it is important to conduct your own analysis before entering the market, and do not only rely on the information in the video just to avoid any unnecessary risks or losses which you may face based on the prediction in this video. With that out of the way, let's get into the video as soon as possible. Monthly charts, we can see very strong upwards movement. It cannot be understated. So if we actually draw a trend line here, something along this line, we can see just how strong this price movement has been. This is a very strong and steep sloping upward movement from the monthly chart. So this trend line is just going to remove this. Bollinger Bands, however, we can see say something completely different. They're expanding like crazy. The difference between the bands, which the high and the low, is extremely high. Like we can see that the high here is around 699.67 and the low is at minus 13.83, which is extremely low. And that therefore these bands are continuing to expand, which is obviously showing that Nvidia in the monthly charts is highly volatile. Although the average is moving up along with the RSI. So we do have confirmation of the price movement that we're seeing. And just to note, this is definitely overbought, but looking previously, we can see that Nvidia tends to stay in this overbought region for quite some time. So that's not enough to say. We do need a break of the RSI to confirm which direction Nvidia is going to be going in. Next, let's look at the weekly charts to get a little bit more of an understanding into this stocks technicals. Here we can see the weekly charts show a similar pattern. There's a very strong upward sloping trend. Like we can see just how steep this line actually is. It's something like this, extremely steep. And the RSI is also going up very fast. So is the moving average. Volume is going up as well every week. Very strong bullish movement from Nvidia, and there's no sign that it is going to slow. So how do we set a support and resistance? Since this is my first video analyzing the stock, the resistance I will be setting is the high of the candle, and the support which it needs to break is the high of the previous candle. So the support here is at 746.11 and the resistance is at 823.94. With the current spot price being at 788, this is pretty even, and even visually you can see the price is somewhere in the middle. Since we are in a very strong upwards movement, there is a good possibility of a mean reversion or a downwards correction, in which case this support is necessary, which is why we have placed it, and this is only possible using the weekly charts. So if we go to the daily charts and see this price action in a little bit more detail, we can see that the price is moving pretty well along this trend line. There was definitely a break, but then there is a huge gap upwards in the same week, which we can see here. Again, this would have been a very major whipsaw if you had taken a short trade here, since the gap was very strong. Daily charts, you can see that the volume is increasing, but it was increasing on downwards movement, although the highest volume of the week was on the gap day as expected. The RSI is moving, is very volatile here. We can see that it's going up and down. It was overbought. Then it did go break the overbought zone from above, which would have been a sell signal. And it did go down quite a bit. But then again, in one day, it spiked above and it's again overbought again. So this stock is definitely very volatile. We can see that it broke the Bollinger Band here. Price broke it. But then we can see that the market had reverted it back below. So that's why we do have this support and resistance here. Since if the price is to continue, it needs to be with enough conviction that we can say that is going to continue. And on the other side, if it is to go down, which the target here would be somewhere near the mean in the next week or two. That's the target if there is a downwards breakout. And that concludes my video this week for Nvidia. Stay tuned for more videos, since this will be the third stock or index that I will be analyzing, and this will obviously be done weekly. That's all for now. Enjoy. I will see you next time.